FootPrinters. I am coming to you today from my bed. I'm not sick or anything, but I did get a cortisone injection. Hello, Uncover the News. Last perfect. Yes, I saw that. It's now double A1. So yeah, yeah. So I'm not sick as in sick, but I did get a cortisone shot in my left knee yesterday, and been told to keep it as rested as much as possible and do not do normal activity. So my husband, bless him, has said that's it. You're in bed till Sunday morning. Of course, I can get up to go to the loo, which is right there. The light coming through this from the ensuite, and so basically, my hubby's put me on bed rest. I mean, they said, I could sit in a chair or something and not move it, just not get up and do lots of walking around or activity with it. And hubby's like, well, we'll do bed rest then, because that's the best thing. And I'll be here. So he put off his trip to his mates tomorrow. And I'll graduate to the lounge chair for the rest of tomorrow and just still take it easy on Monday. But no reason why I shouldn't be up and about doing my normal stuff by Tuesday. It's just, to let the cortisone really settle into the body properly in the first 48 hours, you really need to not use it, not bend it a lot, not do anything. So out of bed to the loo or for a shower, and then, told you, get back into bed. I am unpacking a little deck of cards here that I've had. I bought a few smaller decks. This is called the Joyful Tarot. Looks like a very sweet little deck. I've got the Connolly Tarot with me. So I have a pentacle. I'm just going to give this a bit of a shuffle. Hello, Cameo. Cameo's come to check on me. Hubby's brought in a fresh coffee. I don't know how long I'm going to last, guys, but I'm going to just read your questions and stuff. I don't have, some of the decks I normally use. I won't be doing single card readings today simply because I've got limited decks here with me in the bedroom. And so yes, United States did lost its perfect credit rating. Some of it went towards a couple of Biden things that didn't quite work out in 2023, fair enough, but a lot of it was other stuff too. So it's been something that's probably been on the brink of happening, and Trump just tipped it over. Probably would have hung on to it if Harris had gotten in or something, but that's just my personal opinion there. When is Trump going to order anti-Canada and anti-Greenland propaganda? Will it backfire? Interesting question. Yeah. Hi, Shelby Lisa. Hi, Patricia Francino. I'm doing fine. I'm not sick. Okay. Before everyone asks me why I'm in bed doing this, it's just that I had a cortisone shot in my left knee yesterday, and I've got to rest it for 2 whole days. So basically, until lunchtime tomorrow, I'm stuck in bed apart from going into the ensuite, and Australia didn't make it to the Eurovision finals. I'm not particularly too worried about that. So some Uncover the News asked me about Trump's will he start anti-pop Canada and anti-Greenland propaganda. So this is the little deck called the Joyful deck. I picked it up from somewhere. 2 of Cups. Well, this is a yes card, and it's whispering with someone. Oh, what do you reckon? Will we do it? Sort of, he's got plans to do it, but as with the mermaid and the prince, they're never really things don't really work out like you expect. She gets legs but loses her voice, and yeah, so it's sort of like I don't think it's really going to work. Um, Nobody's going to listen to it, and nobody, yeah. So no, it's not going to work. Um, yeah, so I won't be doing personal card readings today because I don't have any of those decks in here. Um, yeah, I know it's such a good look on me, isn't it? Rumple. I'm okay, but as I said, I'm not sick. I just have to rest my leg for 2 days. And hubby's like, too far if you're out in the lounge room sitting on the chair and you want to go to the loo. It's too far. He's confined me to bed rest so that I can just, I've got an ensuite right here, a couple of meters away, where the light's coming from, actually. And just, yeah, so he's bringing me everything I need. That lovely man. Will Canada join the EU? I don't. Well, that doesn't make sense. There might be a different union happening. There might be a different trade agreement or a different union. Uh, could see not like a North Atlantic. Well, really, could be North Atlantic because the US isn't really, yeah, they're part of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization at the moment, but there could be a North Atlantic Trading Organization happening or something like that, or a North Atlantic. Yeah, there could be some North Atlantic Union, a North Atlantic Trade Union or something. So let's have a look at that. Normally I go through these cards a lot better. I fell in love with them. They're so cute, aren't they lovely? I might get the Connolly deck out. It's right here on my leg. Yeah, I'll tell everyone that you sent. They do share a border by by an island. You're true. They share a border with Europe. So let's have a look. Could Canada join the EU because of a shared border? I suppose technically they could. Is it a possibility that Canada, guides of the highest truth and compassion, could Canada join the EU by virtue of the shared border with Denmark? The lovers, look at that. That's a big card. Major arcana. Yeah, that's something that could happen by virtue of the shared border with Denmark, and they're very friendly uh, flag swapping and schnapps and bourbon swapping that they have. It's a wonderful way to, celebrate differences and, you know, friendly claims. So yeah, that could happen. Uh, but will there be a North Atlantic trade agreement with Canada and Ireland and England? Commonwealth Atlantic trade agreement. So Commonwealth countries, Commonwealth Atlantic Trade Agreement or something like that. Could that happen? Wow, that's interesting. That's the ninth. That's a yes, and that would help solidify trade agreements, Commonwealth Atlantic trade agreements with any Commonwealth countries with Atlantic coasts, things like that, and that includes England, the UK, Ireland, some African countries that have Pacific ties. So yeah, or Atlantic trade agreements. Yeah, Atlantic between Africa. Yes, it is. Yeah, we're going to be sailing across it later this year. Yeah, very interesting. Hi, Jessie girl. Hi, Shelby Lisa. If I haven't said hello, it's just that I haven't seen your name. Oh, I don't know how long I'm going to be on because this is balancing on my right knee, and that's something that has to be looked up in a future year. The president's health is smell a skunk for reals. Oh no, there's a skunk in your house. Mm. Yeah, I didn't want to not do it, but navigating through my study at the moment would not be recommended for my knee. Oh, you got a skunk under your deck. Oh my goodness. Oh, doesn't tomato juice help clear skunk smell or something? Let's have a look. Okay, Trump's health. Let's have a look. So we have here he is, King of Cups. Cups, elixirs, panaceas, medicine. Definitely, I feel like the king is the top of, you can't go any further in the cups without the king. And directions, medicine. They're pretty well maxing out on what they can do for him with medicine. Okay. What challenges is he going to? Materialism, ego, the devil. Pay the devil his due. It's just like he challenges is paying for his excesses with health and not doing the proper thing, I guess. Got some real struggles here. And it's like his health, his wealth, his belief he's above the law, he's out really horrendous communications policy, the way he says things. All of those things are not helping him. The rainbow thing, it's interesting that they've got the rainbow behind him because, he's transgender and all that sort of stuff is not helping things. So all this stuff is really coming to impact him, and it's going to cause a real trouble. All of the things that he's messing with, the economy, people, health, resources, the law, thinking he's above the law, all that is coming down on him. I'm trying to, not my favorite person. There's a lot I can say, but I'm trying to maintain respect for the office of the presidency. So also, I don't want to get chucked out when I go for a visit later this year. But yeah, we all know the sort of person he is, and that justice, he can't escape things forever. He's not. Yeah, his second round is going to be his undoing. Page of Wands. The advice here is the Page of Wands. People are trying to tell you, they're trying to tell him things. He's just not getting it. He's just not getting the messaging that's coming, the messages that are being brought into him. Because the Page of Wands, of course, all pages are messengers. They bring messages. And the Page of Wands is about vital communications. So they bring vital communications, and he's not getting it. The Supreme Court's upholding a few of the cases that have been brought, and knocking back freezes on orders that lower courts have done that Trump's tried to in place. So he's losing, not as quickly as you'd like, but he is losing support of the Supreme Court. Okay, what's at the base of this reading for his health? Because we are looking, somebody did ask about his health. So even then, he's not listening to vital messages about his health. There is a change, a big change coming for Trump with his health, whether it's good or bad, not quite sure. Let's have a look at the outcome here. Knight of Wands. Investigations. Further investigations. The Knight of Wands comes with information, and need to hold back. If he doesn't restrain himself, what he needs to, or him being held back. Oops, give me Clara. So I always do another 3 cards on the outcome. So what is it? His strength. Okay. Something to do with his strength being held back or depleted. This horse is not champing at the bit to go. I feel like this should be reversed. Losing physical strength. What else is there? The High Priestess. Knowledge and wisdom. But I also feel like this so shallowness. It's like a facade. There's so much going on. We heard earlier a few weeks ago that the doctor gave him a clean bill of health and all that. The Empress, nurturing will be required. Let's get the little joyful deck here. Trump's health deteriorating. The Chariot, yes, very quickly. This is not the Chariot of Victory. It's a yes card. It means at great speed. Very quickly. Okay. Will it mean he cannot continue in office? Ace of Pentacles. Big opportunity. Mistakes. He keeps making the same mistakes. possibility that he might have to resign. I mean, they'll lie on his health report, but if someone thinks this is the right time to get 25th Amendment, oh, he's definitely. And what's his words? That his famous words. He's definitely going to be going through some stuff. Interesting. Yeah. So that's interesting. Yeah. It may end up being. I don't know. We don't. I don't wish him harm. You don't wishing harm on someone is just it comes back at you. Um, when I'm back up and fully running, probably next week, I'll get the pendulum and do some pendulum readings on that. There'll be a coup soon. Oh. What sort of a coup? Will there be a coup in the James Comey will be fine. Uh, it's going to take a while. Let's see. Will there be a coup soon? King of Wands. The first word that popped into my head was renewed leadership, but not a renewed king, which is interesting because he's acting like a king, but not a leader, but renewed leadership. So that's interesting. And often I will go with the first word that pops into my head when I draw a card. So what's next? Wow, long dark night of the soul, ending. But at the end of the Ten of Swords, but after that there's a new dawn with renewed leadership. Okay. Here's another King of Cups. Again, it's his health. This could be not a coup per se, but they may have to introduce the 25th Amendment because he just cannot function. Um, it's either Mr. President resign due to health reasons, or we will have no choice. Resign due to health reasons. Eight of Cups. Wanting to aspire to better, abandoning, not listening, not ready to do that. He doesn't want to do that. So will he go um, unwillingly? When this does happen, it's going to happen very quickly. Two eights. I'd have to get the book out to see what the two eights are. But again, it's not to hand. Oh, he's not doing that. he's putting banners of himself outside government buildings. That's what they do. Yeah. He's been to Qatar and Saudi Arabia. Oh yeah, what's it? $3 billion in weapons to Qatar and Saudi Arabia. No, 100 huge jet. Yeah, that's not a bribe, is it? Yeah, yeah, that's what they do. That if you've ever been to like, I don't know about Oman, but they probably do it there because I didn't get out of the airport there. But still beautiful people. We'd love to have done a bit stayed for a couple of days in Oman, Marrakesh, I think is the city there. But we've been to Dubai a couple of times with layovers and stuff and cruises, and um, yeah, you see the big pictures, the banners, and they're painted murals on the walls and all that. Yeah, that's what you know, yeah. It's like he wants that he always wanted that big parade after he saw Bastille Day. He wanted a parade for himself like that. But Bastille Day, that's the French Day of Independence. And yes, sure, they used the military parade. I don't know. The US had 4th of July parades and all that, but they're not military stacked or anything. The French one is a little bit. But of course, yeah, the rulers and not every Middle Eastern ruler is, a bad person. The sheikhs in Dubai, they're not bad people or anything like that. Or Saudi, anything. But I think Saudi Arabia is the other country. The Eastern Arab Emirates, no. Um, we've been to Dubai a couple of times, and it's a really nice place. Really nice place. Um, as with every place, there's things that could be improved and all that. But yeah, uh, yeah, just I've totally lost. I mean, that's lovely, Dubai. It's a lovely place. Quite hot, but a lovely place. My uncle's there at the moment. And another uncle he should be in Borneo by now, this time of the day. Yeah, yeah, 20 to $45 million. And yeah, on his birthday, like and that's ridiculous. um, yeah, I think you know what? I just think there's going to be a whole thing of those things go up, and people are just going to come in the night and tear them down. Will those banners get torn down? I just feel like, yeah, they're going to get torn down. That's a lovely little deck. I didn't go through and sort it all through like I normally do and break up the suites and all that because it's just no space. But I wanted to use one of the cute little decks that I've bought recently. Page of Cups. Whisperings. I feel like whisperings. Hey, yeah, what do you reckon? Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I just those things go up and they're going to get either defaced or torn down. I've got another couple of little decks that I bought. I'm not going to open them today, but one is the Phantom Tarot, and the other one that I've still got to unwrap is the Harmony Tarot deck. And they're both, the visuals of them cause me, I'm a very visual person. What's going to happen with this birthday parade. Will it happen? Will this birthday parade happen? 6 of Wands. Oh yeah. Yeah, he'll get his parade. He'll have his parade. This is self-validation. Celebrating himself. Aren't I wonderful? But what it's going to be, will there be kickback from it? Let's have a look. The Emperor. Oh, look, the Emperor. You know what entered my mind here? The Emperor's New Clothes. That story, where he was just, people fooled him into thinking that, and he, walking out there with nothing on because he was blinded by his own, by these people conning him. Oh, okay. What else is going to happen with this parade? What strength? Yeah, he's using it to cement his I'm strong and I'm blah 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 show of military strength, but they're just doing it because they're ordered to. But it's a parade. That's very, very different. But he's going to end up backing himself into a corner, 7 of Wands. Normally, this is standing firm and standing up for what you believe in, but it's also having to, he's going to end up with the expense and things like that. And the response, he's going to end up, yeah, really. I think this might be the last big thing he's able to do for himself. Or, yeah, look at this Judgment. I think it might be the thing that might start even bigger protest. Yeah. It's going to be a really interesting, yeah, people standing up and letting it really, really waking up. And there's no the Midas touch. If you haven't watched them, watch those guys. They they have just grown so much. They get more views and more ratings than MSNBC and other places. And yeah, the Midas brothers there, or the Malias brothers, are really, really smart. They're smart men, and I enjoy watching. My husband enjoys watching them, and yeah. But look, guys, thank you for joining me. I'm sorry to keep this one short again, but yeah, just my leg's not too sore. It's still just slightly sore, my knee and all that, and it's just distracting a little bit. And yeah, not the most comfortable position, but thank you for joining me today. I might pop on Monday morning. We'll see how I go. But knowing me, even though I say, oh, I might pop on Monday morning, I'll probably forget to pop on Monday morning. But look, guys, thank you for joining me. It's, yeah. No, well, it's just pain, slight pain in my knee. It's not agonizing or anything. My husband filled me up with horror stories. And this is what's going to happen if you're not prepared. This, and the other. Yeah, it hurt when they put the needle in and the anesthetic. But other than that, I didn't really feel a thing. And he's going, if you yell or if you scream or if you winch while they're doing it, they'll stop putting the stuff in. And it's like, But in his defense, he'd had 2 done in his hand, and he said, really, really painful in the hand. The shoulder wasn't too bad, but no, it was not that bad. Yeah, the worst part of it was for me, it was having to go in and out of a CAT scan, but it only went up to my waist. I have a thing about it. I had to get an MRI done on the knee the other day, and they put me into an MRI machine up to here. My head didn't go in, but it's so noisy. They put headphones on you playing music to help counteract some of the noise. And I was a bit of a mess by the end of it, but I managed to keep still. But yeah, but it was also interesting to see my knee up on the screen and what they were doing and where the liquid and the dye and everything was going. And yeah, so it was really, really interesting. And I know that if I have to get my right knee done, I'm not going to be nearly so about it, because it was not that bad at all. But when you say you're getting a cortisone shot in your knee, a lot of people go, "Oh, horrible things." So some people have had bad experiences with it, but no, the hardest thing for me about it is just having to not get up and stay. Yeah, you'd think, oh, it's great to stay in bed. It's not really. Even when you're sick, sometimes it's like, geez, you want to get up and move around, but you're better off there. And yeah, but it's okay. So I'm not sick or anything. Just on bed rest with my leg, and so yeah, it's still a little bit tight. It's just not the quite comfortable thing. But I really wanted to hop on. We'll be back next week, and if I remember, I'll try and hop on Monday. Okay. No, it's just I'm really excited to see what happens, how it helps my knee with the arthritis and the worn cartilage, because it's also a bit of cartilage starting to fuse together and things like that. And hi, Jazz. Yeah. So I'm really excited to see it, because if it helps and I can walk easier and then exercise more, that would be great. And then I'll talk to the specialist about maybe getting my right knee done. And so anyway, thanks again for joining me, guys. And really, really so support I get from you guys, and the continued joining me and sticking with me. I know I used to do a lot more, and I hope at some stage to get back to doing a bit more, but it's just been such a strange couple of years. And so thank you so much for continuing to stick with me. I absolutely love and adore you all. Stay safe, stay happy, stay laughing. And of course, my darlings, stay laughing. Laugh every day. And if you can laugh with a stranger, I'll have to maybe see if I can get Jane to open the window curtain so I can yell out at someone as they're walking around the street. Love you all, and please take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Shelby, Letha, still wanting to get together. I'll send you dates and everything. Okay, love you. Bye-bye.